Yo, welcome back to a new video. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolutely amazing chapter, and not only that, but what an absolutely amazing live stream. I do just want to say shoutouts to every single one of you that made it. We peaked at over 273 live viewers. You guys have been absolutely amazing during these live streams. These live streams are literally so fun for me every single week. It lets me connect with you guys, my fan base. Thank you so much for supporting it. If you missed this week's live stream, no worries. We will be streaming once again next week Sunday, as we stream every single week with the official release of the Black Clover Chapter. With that also being said, the artist for today's video is Darkon. Darkon is an amazing artist. Thank you so much for letting me use your work. Be sure to go follow Darkon, give him a big shout out, give him some big love from the SGSAMI community. And finally guys, as you all know, the next official chapter of the Black Clover manga is chapter 291, which releases next week Sunday, April 25th. With that being said though, oh my god, we have a lot of things to talk about, so let's just jump straight into Black Clover chapter 291. Will change things. Alright, jumping straight into it, let's all start where everybody wants to start. Asta mollywhooped. There is no other way to look at this. Asta simply is so strong. He absolutely annihilated the twin devils. He was able to overwhelm them to such an extent that Asta was able to land fear into something that was supposed to be undefeated. Libe called it, this is called fear, in one of the greatest panels of the Black Clover manga. I fucking loved reading Black Clover chapter 291. Although it was a arguably very simple chapter, this chapter was nonetheless extremely fun to read, and oh boy does it change things going forward. So let's start with Asta. Asta finally, after the longest ever time, finally summons his second sword, the Demon Dweller sword, arguably his strongest ever sword, which has been missing throughout the last couple chapters, especially last chapter where I thought Asta would consume the power of the bull and fire it directly back to Lilith and Nahama, but no, Asta didn't. But in this chapter, Asta finally summons the Demon's Dweller sword. The Demon Dweller sword, just like his other swords, actually takes a brand new form. It looks like it gets a new guard. It looks like it looks a little different. Now this is all leading up to Yami's katana. Yami's katana is the last one Asta hasn't used yet in his Devil Union form. It is the one he used when he first transformed in his Devil Union form, but we still have not seen what the Demon Slasher looks like, and boy oh boy am I super excited to see what sort of form the Demon Slasher takes. A lot of people are speculating it might take like a very large katana, like a two-handed katana, or some people are saying it could maybe split into two katanas. I'm not entirely too sure, but I believe the Demon Slasher sword is going to be left for last whenever Asta unites in his Devil Union form versus the leader of the Dark Triad, Dante Zogratis. I feel like the Demon Slasher sword is gonna look fucking epic. But with that said though, the Demon Dweller swords, whenever Asta summons it, it does look like it actually does change Asta's Devil Union form a little bit, though not fully much. It does look like his shoulder pads have changed. It looks like he has a cape on the back. It looks like his armor has slightly changed. Obviously the sword changes as well, so this does confirm that Devil Union does affect Asta. At the end of the chapter, obviously Asta finally uses both swords to slash the devils Lilith and Nahama, finally putting an end to one of the highest ranked devils on the first floor. With that though, we've now seen 5 different devil designs, and boy oh boy do every single one of them look amazing, starting from Zagred to Libe to Lilith to Nahama and the Devil Union transformation, and boy oh boy are the next 8 devils look like. I'm more excited to see what the Devil of Time looks like, and I honestly feel like Yuki Tabata's designs is one of the best designs going for characters in the Shonen Jump right now. Although most of the people complain and say, oh, Tabata's just throwing ink on a panel, I definitely disagree. I feel like each one is detailed astronomically, but I do want your opinion. Do you enjoy Yuki Tabata's art style with these devils, or do you think he's just spilling ink on a paper, which obviously I fully disagree with? Before we go into the other parts of this video that I definitely want to talk about, I do just want to point out the last video surpassed over 358 likes. Guys, let's see if we can get to 500 likes for this video. It definitely will support this channel, and it will help me grow this channel, and it will help me make better content. With that being said though, I do want to focus on one thing. Lilith and Nahama are dead. They got slashed in half, and then they got slashed from the waist. They are fully dead. The first gate is open. That means everyone just now witnessed from the gate, the other 6 gates, that one of the highest ranking devils was annihilated. They were most likely also watching very closely that Lilith and Nahama were messing around, and probably couldn't wait to mess around when they got out. But now that Lilith and Nahama are dead and gone, I feel like this is the turning point, because the next devils are not going to be cocky. A lot of people's problems with Lilith and Nahama were that they were extremely cocky. They thought they would never lose, and that is why a lot of people are hating on Lilith and Nahama. But let's think about this, right? If you are a supreme devil, and for the last 1,000 years you have never lost a day in your life, not a single motherfucker can touch you on your floor, you would not expect someone without magic to be able to literally encrypt fear into your heart. It's just unimaginable. There is no way Lilith and Nahama could have ever expected Asta and Libe to do this. One thing that is also pissing a lot of people off is the fact that Asta cut off Nahama's arm. Even though Nahama's arm was cut off, they still didn't take Asta and Libe seriously. That is genuinely because they still had their devil union, which would regenerate the arm, so they were never afraid. This is going to change with the next devil. The next devil just watched Lilith and Nahama be slaughtered like a fucking cow animal. So the next devils are not going to mess around. They also just watched Lilith and Nahama's giant ice and fire attack be completely rebounded. They watched every transformation they did be completely negated. So the next devil needs to come up with a strategy on how to beat Asta and Libe. One is obviously the one Lilith and Nahama figured out at the end, that they could buy time, but Noct came in clutch. Noct saying, fuck no you don't. But the next devil needs to have more of a brain. A lot of people have been arguing that, saying Zagreus is much stronger, and I definitely agree with this, because Zagreus was smart. Zagreus understood what the fuck was happening, and he instantly, on the fly, made changes to his plan. The next devil, for us to not be disappointed, I believe needs to understand that he cannot beat anti-magic. He needs to use physical weapons. So I need the next devil to walk on the battlefield with a giant motherfucking two-handed sword. Oh, Asta and Libe are gonna get fucking wrecked. But going forward into Black Clover Chapter 291, we are now 9 chapters away from Chapter 300 spoilers. Chapter 300 spoilers are going to be fucking wild. I am calling this today, that Black Clover Chapter 300 is going to be fucking wild. I believe the timeline is going to go really, really fast, as Yuki Tabata likes writing a very, very fast manga. He is a very fast mangaka. So I believe next chapter we're going to jump straight into Noelle. Probably see Noelle reacting to Asta and Libe. Obviously then going straight into Dark Triad. I definitely want to see the Xenon versus Yuno fight. I do want to see if the Dark Triad notice that Nahama and Lilith have been defeated, because obviously if they just notice Nahama and Lilith, the highest ranking devils, have been defeated, I feel like their plans are going to change. I definitely want to see how Lucifero reacts, because oh my god, that motherfucker must be mad to watch one of his 2 top ranking devils slaughtered like farm animals. Honestly, that shit is hilarious to me. If I was Lucifero, I'd be fucking quaking in my boots. Other than that, a lot of people are predicting Morris. It's time for Morris to finally make a move again. It's time for Morris to finally open the next gate. I feel like that is going to happen very, very shortly. I feel like in the next 2 to 3 chapters, 292 or 293, the next gate is going to open, and I'm extremely excited for Tabata's art style for the next upcoming devil. I want to believe Asta is going to learn how to use his Demon Dweller sword properly, but I highly doubt it. Asta's just honestly too fucking stupid to learn how to use his Demon Dweller sword correctly. That's probably going to be for a future arc. The final thing I want to focus on, once again in this chapter, we see text written in Asta's grimoire. Obviously, Asta has no way of reading this. I do definitely want to see in the future if Asta ever gives his grimoire to Libe to read, because if they can read that grimoire, that's most likely going to have more weapons or more spells. I definitely want to see Asta have more weapons. I want to see Asta have a scythe. Honestly, high key, I want to see Noelle's ultimate magic be a scythe, but maybe I'll make a Noelle video in the next couple days. But other than that, what do you think of Black Clover Chapter 290? Did you enjoy it? What are you looking forward to 291? Do you think anything major happened this chapter for it to change the future of the Black Clover manga? I feel like two of the highest ranking devils being defeated this fast is honestly going to make the next devils take this shit seriously. I want to see them be on the level of Zagreus. I want to see them take these fights seriously, and I want to see Asta and, Asta and Libe just actually have a fight that they are challenged in, because this fight, they were not fucking challenged. Asta and Libe dominated the fight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, guys, liking the video directly supports the channel. If you made it this far, click that like button. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Sim, as always. Peace.